Howdy y'all, Los here. We just completed this repot of the Barbados Cherry that I have. It was in a felt container and now it's in a bonsai container ready to go. We're really happy with the way that the root structure is and how this whole nabari with the rocks looks underneath this lava rock that we have that's kind of covering up to sort of keep those sensitive roots that are there at the moment nice and hydrated until they're strong enough to be on their own. Until then we have to cover them just a little bit. But let's go back and we'll find out exactly how we got to this point. I've had this dwarf Barbados cherry for a couple of years now. It started as a couple seedlings I just put together in a container, in this felt container, which you guys, if you know me, you know not a big fan of these overall, and you'll see why in a little bit. We're gonna get this in a new container. It's a good time of year to do it. It's kind of hot at the moment, but tropicals, it's really, you know, as long as you're keeping them like humid and everything, these things can be done all year long. So, especially in the winter, it's crazy. So let's get this out of the felt container. It's just super hard to pull this thing out nice and clean. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this off anyways. I may have slip pot the grouping that I made into this container at some point. As you can see, this has got the Nigel Saunders soil in it. Okay. Yeah, it must have been around the time that I put those bamboo stakes in is when I repotted it. Well, rather I slip pot. Because frankly, I was lazy at the time, I'm sure. But this time I want to get it organized, the roots at least. I think a first and good idea would be to go ahead and give this a good trimming. Bring this down a little bit because we're going to do that anyways. As you can see, the growth is all on the end of the branch. So when we cut it back, it'll be looking pretty bare, but I think we'll be okay. I think it'll be able to take the pruning. This was hit with mealybugs I saw yesterday in preparation. And I went ahead and I hit it with the neem oil and it looks like they're all dried up and gone. I mean, look at that. We're gonna try to propagate these two and see how that works out. And really, I'm gonna keep a lot of this like ramification for now and see what comes back and what doesn't. So it may not look like a nice uniform anything, but we'll see what we can get coming back. I'm not exactly sure if it's back buds. I'm just assuming it will because it's a tropical. See this thick branch right here? Too much. Unless I make it go up like that, that would be good. We'll do some wiring. Maybe we can keep a sacrificial branch like this one. Maybe. We'll see. Well, let's just cut right here. Why not? We need to take some of the top off anyways. Got a trifurcation here. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. This one's a little lower than the rest, so we can just go ahead and cut that away. Goodbye. And with these long branches, you know, we can really manipulate them with wire and see what we can get. So we don't want to cut them too short because we want to, you know, play around with them. And hopefully we get some back budding, you know? Okay, I think we're at a good spot. We'll do some finer tuning to it later. I need to get these guys to the propagation station. Here's the propagation station. Last I did some work, looks like I had Brazilian rain trees in here. I just shoved them in there. Yeah, not any victories in that. It looks like I got pomegranate from a cutting. Did we ever show that pomegranate video? We did a cutting, but we never did anything to it. Yeah, sometimes we just don't do that. But yeah, let's see. We've got some room in this propagation station. Oh, look. Look right there. You see right here? You throw a bunch of cuttings in there. A bunch of them are going to die, but the thicker ones. So it looks like you have to make sure they're at a certain thickness. So I think a certain thickness will work best when it comes to propagating your Brazilian rain trees. As you can see, I don't do any prep. If it fits, it'll go, it'll work. Or it doesn't work, you know? That's the fun. So I think these thicker ones will definitely have a better chance, but I don't think all this up here is going to last because it's not going to be supported by any of that. So we'll just go ahead and rough cut all that stuff off. What do you think about that? We'll try that. Just go ahead and hear buzzing around me. Okay. Great. I'm just giving it one more look over. It ain't perfect or in good looking shape right at the moment. I'll add something to it. I think the more important thing is to get it into a new container out of this felt container, which, oh yeah, here's what I'm talking about. This is why I couldn't pull it out, because literally the roots are growing into the felt. Oh, look, this one has actually got a huge root just gripping on. Oh boy. All right, let's pull some of this soil off. See what kind of roots we're looking with. Let's see what kind of roots we're working with. It's down the whole soil level down. And that's going to reveal a lot of these new roots that we're going to be discovering here. This is like a little treasure hunt. And look what I found already. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God, look at it. As I'm getting deeper into these roots, I was thinking, oh man, they go down too much, but I'm actually able to quite easily maneuver them just like that. Right now we're getting a pretty cool radial base already, and it's flattening out. So this is gonna be great for a bonsai. I can't wait. So I'm gonna do a little bit of trimming here. Some of these bigger, as you can see, look at this root here is all dangle mangled. But maybe it'll be fun to work with that. We can cut off maybe the end of it here. Wait, let's see where it goes. Look at that. It's a little long. We don't want to deal with that actually, so cut it back, way back right here. Bye-bye. All right, so I'm gonna lay this down and away. All these roots are pointing in a radial fashion, going from the center to straight out. That's not too shabby for some seedlings here. I'll come around here and take care of some of these roots. So we'll just shorten this up in general. These roots right on top of each other. This one comes from here, so maybe I can either cut it or just take it, and I'm gonna have to cut it anyways, it looks like. But yeah, look at that, take it and give that a little cut. This one too. I've got some new soil I'm gonna be using. All right, so we're gonna be using akadama and lava and bark for this. Lava and bark's just going to be right on the bottom. Gonna take a little bit of Osmocote. Not too much, just about enough. Sprinkle it on there. Now this is just a bamboo skewer. I couldn't find my bonsai chopsticks, but I see I ground it down just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of an angle, so it's a proper chopstick. That way it's not just moving the dirt around it, it's actually can kind of push and pull, so which is nice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this root right there. I'm gonna try to dig that in. Put I need a heavier rock for that. Just stack some rocks on top of it. All right, now I'm going to top this up with the lava rock and bark mix that I picked up at Sanderson's Bonsai in Fort Worth, Texas. All right, we're done with this for today. There's not much else I could do. I could style this up a little bit. I could add wire, but I think mostly it's time for this to heal and regrow everything. And I like the bones. This base I really like. We can work further with what we got up here in a later time, but for now I like what we're at, and it's not always our place to rush things. So let's put this back up and enjoy it for now. That's all for today. Thanks for joining. Be cool, stay hip, get yourself a hobby. Bye.